look good. That Michael Jackson band.
Down south, we going real nice. You see this plant right here? We got all types of tobacco for you.
We got it in a chewing form. We got it in a cigarette form. You can eat it off the plant if you want to.
So pure, so natural.
Come on down and get your young tobacco.
Live with Thomas Jackson,
AKA Stonewall.
how did you get your name?
Well, we were battling the Union, and I was on my steed, and then they saw me standing there being a man. They was like, "You're standing there like a stone wall, Mr. Jackson." So yeah, that's how I got it.
How are your lemons?
Oh yes, the lemons. Oh, my darling, I love my lemons. Lemons are so delicious. They are so succulent and sour.
I see you do not have an arm. How is that?
One of my dumb soldiers thought I was a Yankee, and they shot me. They shot me, but it don't change. I can still wave my pistol around real nice.
I see that, sir.
Yes.
Atlanta was captured by Sherman September 2nd, 1864. He made preparations and left Atlanta on November 15, 1864, after he burned down the city. He sent out two wings that advanced in two separate routes, about 20 to 40 miles apart. The right wing headed for Macon, where the left wing headed for Augusta. Then they both advanced towards the state capital of Milledgeville. First significant battle was in the factory town of Griswoldville on November 22nd. The second battle occurred on the Ogeechee River. The Union captured Fort McAllister on December 13th. They headed towards Savannah, and then the Confederate retreated on December 20th. The Union took over Savannah December 21st. Now let's go to Kaylin with her story on technology.
Technology had a huge part in the Civil War. The South was very agricultural, but not technologically advanced.
However, the North was very industrialized. They had railroads, factories, telegraphs, and they had ironclads. The North and the South had ironclads. Amazing. Look for the detail on the ironclads.
The first ironclad ship had set sail in France in 1860. Confederate forces attempted to break a powerful Union naval blockade that had isolated Norfolk and Richmond from international trade by deploying their ironclad warship, the USS Merrimac. The Merrimac had been partially destroyed. The plan was to build an iron shell around the ship and to outfit it with an iron ram. It took 7 months to complete. The Merrimac was 2 inches thick, packed by 2 feet of iron and pine. Equipped with 10 guns and 14 gun ports, ready for action by February 1862. Architect John Erickson was to design what is called the Monitor. The Union had destroyed the USS Cumberland with the ram, sinking the ship and killing 120 sailors. Naval officers planned to finish the battle the next morning of March 9th. Confederates and the Union fired at each other at close range for hours, neither side able to sink each other. Both sides withdrew, proclaiming both sides victory. Confederacy had become stuck in the shallow water of the James River. The Monitor would sink a route to North Carolina on December 31st, 1862.
Come on down to Mark's Mini Ball Trading Post, where we got all types of mini balls. Anything. Take your head off, take your arms, take your legs off. Come on down. We got them for the cheap. We're going crazy. Prices are low. Come on down, guys.
1864 candidates face off to lead the U.S. in greatness. First, Abraham Lincoln representing the Republicans, John Breckinridge for the South Democrats, John Bell for the Constitutional Union, and Stephen Douglas for the Democrats. The four major candidates crisscrossed the country discussing the issues. Lincoln and the Republicans added the promise of maintaining the Union. The Constitutional Union candidate Bell likewise promised to preserve the Union. Northern Democrat Douglas delivered anti-secession speeches, and the Southern Democrat Breckinridge defended slavery. In the end, Lincoln won a victory with 40% of the popular vote. He won a total of 180 electoral votes, while the other candidates combined to won 123.
Election of 1864, President Abraham Lincoln sought a second term in office over his former general, George McClellan. Lincoln, a Republican, was backed by his Vice President, Andrew Johnson. They promised to continue the war and eventually obtain a victory over the South. George McClellan, a Democrat, with his Vice President, George Pendleton, promised to compromise with the South to eventually let the South back into the Union. Lincoln won the electoral in every state besides Delaware, Kentucky, and New Jersey. Lincoln eventually gained the victory over McClellan with a 212 electoral vote to 21.
You have forsaken my family. On the Marks mini ball, trade it, that thing.